Hey, that's at Sports Life Talk Jam, Sports Life Talk South. Welcome to episode 9. This is Walkoffs and Whiskey, and this episode is dedicated to one of our Instagram friends, Walkoffs and Whiskey. Please make sure and follow them. They are out of Houston, Texas. They are great bourbon and whiskey drinkers. They love baseball, and they have some really good bits that you can check out. So thank you guys for always supporting us. This one's for you.
Yes. Walkoffs and whiskey. So what are we drinking tonight?
Same thing I was drinking last week.
The only thing that Alayna had open.
We've got the Gloria Ferrer sparkling wine. Let's not get into why I am only drinking wine, because that would take up the entire 30 minutes.
Me too. Okay. Let's not get into it.
I am drinking last night's Miller Lite because I actually fell asleep on the couch and didn't finish it. But because it's a twist cap, thank you, Miller Lite.
Wait.
Wait. But you got up to put it back in the fridge, or you put it in the fridge this morning when you were cleaning up?
Does it matter?
Yes.
This morning. I sure it was this morning.
Okay, wait. It actually still has some bite, some fizz to it. No. It's not flat. It's flat. She's drinking a flat beer.
I'm sure she is.
It's water. I mean, at this point, it feels like water. It tastes like water.
Like Jesus water or...
Cheers.
Cheers. I am bringing some beer over to your house. Like in 30 minutes.
We're sending the Uber.
We're going to send Southern Star Brewery beer, which is our favorite brewery, over to your house. So you do not have to drink that crap.
I like it because it's water. But no, Southern Brewery is the shit. So yeah, go ahead and send that over.
Okay. We'll do
it, but okay. I'm going to get this one out.
All right. Well, okay. Brittany, who is the athlete of the week?
All right.
We're going to move on to the athlete of the week because obviously they don't drink stale beer.
What?
Interesting that you bring that up about the players and what they're drinking.
Exactly.
Because
yeah. Go.
Not me. That's you.
It's me. Because we're talking about Lance McCullers today. And fun side fact before we even get started, Alex Bregman and Lance got together and have a
cider.
Yeah, it's like a seltzer.
Oh, it's a seltzer. Okay.
It's like Three Sons, I think, is what it is. But anyways, Buffalo Bayou Brewery, today was the release of it with the game 1 of the World Series.
Wow. So I'm guessing you can only get it at Buffalo Bayou right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm tongue-tied.
But you could maybe get it in a growler and then take it home and watch the game.
How much do you think it is?
The price range?
Yeah.
No clue. But what I will say is that Buffalo, I cannot, you know what?
It's fine.
Cancel me. Cancel culture on Alayna today. Buffalo Bayou, it's very hard when it has two consonants that are exactly the same, like BBSS. Anyway, that's some BS.
Saw what you did there.
Anyway, they have a 3rd floor that overlooks all of downtown. And actually, they're from their 1st, 2nd, and 3rd floor. You can see all of Houston's downtown. It's very cool. So I'm sure there's a bunch of people up there right now gearing up for the Astros game.
Oh, yeah. I've still never been there before. I've never been there, actually.
I don't remember if I have been or not.
I ate tacos outside of it, but I've never been.
No, I think I've only been to St. Arnold's.
Oh, yeah. St. Arnold's is, that's the place.
All right. Anyway, so back to Lance. He was drafted in 2012 by the Astros. So he's been a long-time Astros. He's from Tampa, Florida. He's like 28 or 29 years old. He just signed an $85 million contract with the Astros. And this year, specifically, he put a new pitch out, which is the sweeping slider for himself. I don't know what that means. Like,
not a knuckle curveball, ladies and gentlemen. Sweeping slider.
Sweeping
slider.
Say that 3 times.
Sweeping slider. Sweeping slider. Sweeping slider. Sweeping slider.
Good job. I'm impressed. That was a double S.
but I can't complete sentences for some reason sometimes, so it makes no sense.
So with that sweeping slider, I mean,
he got the Astros to where they are today. He's not able to participate.
Which
in
is
the World
where?
Series.
What's today?
I don't know. It's a little thing called the World Series. People aren't really worried about it around the world.
Except for the United States.
Probably.
And
Here.
The global United States of America.
And any betting place. So I think
Vegas is probably popular right now.
Yeah, for sure. So I have to eat oh, sorry, go ahead, Misty.
No, go ahead.
I have to eat a little bit of crow because if you all remember from last episode, we made our predictions on who is going to win the World Series, the Super Bowl, etc. And I chose the Boston Red Sox. Hey, I am not upset that I was wrong. I'm very happy that I was wrong. But I will say that I got it wrong. You both chose the Astros. I chose the Red Sox.
So you're not allowed to speak on the World Series anymore.
Well,
There's two different.
It depends because you still have to win. The Astros still have to win.
So hold on. So are you saying you don't think
You're
they're
wrong
going
too.
to? Well, let's just move on to the recaps since we're talking about the Astros. All right, Alayna. So you're saying the Astros have to win. Are you?
For you two to win, for you two to be right, the Astros have to win.
Okay, so then that means you're not thinking they're going to win the World Series.
Right.
No, I think they have a very good chance. I'm taking Astros in 6 now, but I already lost, so I can't even give a prediction because my prediction was last week and it was wrong.
Right.
Our prediction was that the Astros wouldn't be there. And here we are.
Correct.
Okay, so let me ask, were you guys excited about the Dodgers losing?
Absolutely.
Right? I mean,
I don't think anybody that I know was upset about that.
yeah, I don't think anybody I know as well, but I'm not excited about Atlanta. I'm not, like, that's not the team I really would want to play, only because I don't like the city. Sorry, Atlanta.
I love it because Dusty Baker played for the Braves and he is now coaching the Astros against a team that he played for. And I think that's super cool.
And then there's another father-son, or there's a father-son, what is it, the hitting coach for the Astros? What is he?
His brother also coaches for the Braves, right?
No, his
Or
dad.
something like that.
His dad is with the Braves.
Okay.
Doing something.
His dad is a coach for the Braves.
Yeah, he does something.
But yeah, I mean, I think this World Series is going to be really interesting. I really hope Astros gets the win because it would be great for Dusty to get a ring.
Absolutely. I mean, he has led 5 different teams to the playoffs, and he's the first manager to do that. Dusty Baker is a legend.
Yep.
And he coached the Cubs,
So let me just take it really quick. What do you think for game 1? What is your prediction?
Astros.
Tonight, the Astros are going to win. That 72-year-old man, the second oldest to make it to the World Series, is going to lead them to victory. It's all resting on Dusty Baker's shoulders.
I also think, I think the Astros are going to win too because we have home field advantage. Like the excitement is here, the energy is here, the hype. I really think they needed this in order to, go on the road after. So I'm with you, Alayna and Brittany. Definitely the Astros are going to win this game. Game 1, and then tomorrow, game 2. So let's move over to college football. What about Notre Dame and Ohio State?
Well, we had our biggest rival this past weekend, with USC. Sadly, I had to watch it on my phone because my Hulu Live would not give me the game. So instead, I watched Dune as any other normal person would do instead of watching football. Had the Notre Dame game up on my phone on ESPN, watching it on that. But yeah, I couldn't get it on the big screen, but I did watch the whole time. And now I guess since they won, I'm going to have to watch every game on my phone because I'm very superstitious like that. I did not, I've got the sweatshirt where they lost the other weekend, basically burned it, threw that away.
It's kind of like your jersey right now.
The Astros won the last time that I was wearing this jersey, which was the playoff game against the White Sox. So I attended that one in person. I wore this jersey. I have not washed it, Brittany. It's bad.
bad.
It's rank.
And I have a 15-year-old son. I'm saying it's bad.
Describe the smell.
This is
Does
what I
it
do.
smell
I
like
mean,
beer and
yeah.
pretzels and
Like armpit smell.
armpit?
Just kidding.
It smells like regret and bad decisions.
Hey, I was with customers, so I behaved myself. But I'm sure later there was probably some regret and bad decisions.
Well,
All right.
won 54-7 against Indiana.
Of course.
Is that the rest of your highlight for Ohio State?
I mean,
So let me just give you guys a backstory.
Ohio State since 1988.
Brittany didn't even watch the game. She's like, this one
No, I
doesn't
watched
matter.
Here's the thing. Here's how I watch Ohio State games. At home.
Okay.
Preferably with some people that if I act like a raging psychopath, they won't judge me. If not, then I normally watch it, with myself, my son, and Aaron. My son normally leaves because I'm a little crazy. But this week, I had my nephew over. We were watching the game, and it was just like, all right, I just want to see them play another game. I'm mad that they lost to Oregon, but that was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually going to the game this weekend in Ohio, Penn State, Ohio State. It's a night game. The last game I went to in the shoe was Penn State, Ohio State blackout. Oh, so fun with my friend Jen. So I'm taking Owen to tailgate in the game.
So it won't be filled with regrets.
Mine won't be. Mine won't be a bad flood of memories. My regrets will walk by. Guys,
Sorry. I totally just got that. Hi, Katina. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so Katina, to catch you up, Brittany's headed to the Ohio State game this weekend, and she's going to be given the nod to her old flames.
Well, Michigan State had a bye week last week, which they needed because the big game is this Saturday against Michigan. We are both undefeated. I don't know why Michigan is ranked number 6 and we're ranked number 8, but it just happens to be that way. And we cannot be more excited to see this game happen. And it's going to be at Michigan State. So
I have never been more excited about a game. I hope you guys absolutely annihilate them. I will be the biggest Michigan State fan on Saturday.
And you told me you would never root for a Michigan game. So this makes me so...
Right. She said she would never root for a team in Michigan, regardless of the team.
No, I didn't. I said I would never root for Michigan unless Michigan State was playing Michigan. I said I would only root for Ohio.
No.
Good thing this is
true. I said the only time I would root for.
We'll go back and we'll watch the podcast.
Watch.
And she's like, I will never root for a team in Michigan. But we did not have Michigan State versus Michigan. So you do have to choose in that case because they're both from Michigan. So
yeah, but Michigan State, Spartans all the way. Fuck the Wolverines.
Yes, go green. Don't make me stand up and sing the fight song right now because I get so excited. No. I got to save my voice for Saturday. But Oklahoma, I hear, had a real interesting game.
That was a fun one. So I have been to actually quite a few Kansas football games. Sadly, you shouldn't go because there's nothing to watch. They're a terrible football team. But let me tell you who they went against, and that's Missouri State. So when I was in college, the first game of the year was always Missouri State, Kansas. And so we rock up with our bear flags, like hanging as capes, all like crazy, pumped up in Lawrence, Kansas, and then get annihilated 50-something to 2 or whatever, right?
You're like Indiana.
Yeah. It's really bad. Missouri State's terrible. Anyway, so I had zero hopes for Kansas, but they led the entire first half, and you people were sweating it. Danny, the sports brat, was at my house. We were shooting some upcoming content for her for Jim Beam, and she was like, I gotta go home. I'm leaving at halftime. I can't handle this.
It's exactly why I watch it at home.
Oh yeah, no, is she superstitious?
I think she prefers to watch her games by herself, like Brittany, so she can just cuss at the TV 24/7 in the comfort of her own space, rather than, because the one thing I'm not going to do at a bar is get in a fight with the fan over the Notre Dame. That's not happening.
Right.
But these two with Ohio State and OU would probably throw down in a bar if somebody was talking trash to them. So it's better for them to watch it at home.
Exactly. I have never been kicked out of a bar during an Ohio State game until I moved to Texas.
Well, that makes sense, because if you're in Ohio, everybody else is cheering for you.
No cheating. Actually, like, I'm in an Ohio State watch party. I get kicked out.
You were at an Ohio State watch party in Texas and you got thrown out.
3 times.
3 times. What quarter? Like same day?
Different places.
Like quarter 2, 3, and 4.
Different places.
You said different places. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Everyone's like, I want to watch a game with you. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You see, and I can't watch Michigan State by myself, because we, ever since I went to Michigan State, we've never had like the best season. And when we did, I watched it with everyone. So to me, I just need the energy, or else I will fall asleep and be bored. So I shouldn't say that, but.
Well, you guys watched the Ohio State game with me in January, didn't you?
Yeah, and we left at halftime to go get Mexican food.
Yeah, because it was boring. And you see how happy I was?
What?
It was fun.
That was earlier in the season. I'm talking about when my parents were here after New Year's, when we were playing in the championship game.
I don't
You know this.
think.
Well, let's go on to the Rockets before we go over the Balcones tasting. So the Rockets opener happened a couple of days ago. I forgot who we had preseason games, but we just recently had a real game for the season. And what were your thoughts about this, Alayna?
Season opener. I'm a huge Rockets fan. That is the one team that is not from Illinois that I diehard cheer for. Hakeem Olajuwon is my favorite player of all time. And so far, no one has surpassed him. It's an interesting team this year. I mean, we'll see how they end up doing. Not tons that there's not like that ton of star power going on, but Eric Gordon's still playing. I feel like he's on his, 8th year now at this point in time with the Rockets. So thank you for sticking around. He's so far the only one, I think.
Misty is not in agreement with you at all. She has just been sitting here shaking her head like.
I didn't watch the game though. I didn't watch the season.
I say that the Rockets.
I didn't watch the highlights.
I say Rockets will have the championship ring in 3 years. This is
not the year though.
This is not the year. I mean, they lost to the Timberwolves and the Celtics. They won against Oklahoma, the Thunder. Is it Oklahoma City? Yeah, Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
So we're 1-2 right now. I'm not excited. I mean, when the Rockets are giving out free tickets, it's bad. And when my friends are sitting 3rd row from the floor, it's bad. But
anybody
when Jim Hop moves to VIP.
when Jim Hop moves to VIP, it's bad. But it's good Instagram content and good humble brag.
Mm-hmm. I am going to the Astros in a couple weeks. It's like the second Astros. I'm sorry, the Rockets' second week of November. I'm gonna go to that game. But yeah,
You'll probably be on the floor because there's not a lot of people going. It's weird.
Get it on the floor.
Get it on the floor.
Thank you, Katina. Katina bought me these glasses. She just said, I like your pretty glass.
Yes. Aren't these the ones that she found in the...
Yes. Ooh, so fancy. Well, since you're clicking, let's talk about the Balcones tasting.
Yes, this is Walkoffs and whiskey. So let's get into whiskey talk, some bourbon talk. We had a fantastic tasting at our friends Will and Claudia's house on Friday night, and it was a costume party, so we dressed up. In case you missed that content, go to Instagram, Dresses in Salted Pretzels. Check out Ms. El Paso and I. We've got our costumes on. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You got to go look for it. And they actually had a Balcones rep, which is a Texas bourbon and whiskey. And I believe it was the first distilled whiskey here in Texas and one of the first made with blue corn. And Allie, thank you so much, Allie, for giving us all the history and background on Balcones. It was fantastic. We were able to try like 3 just on the general tasting. And then she gave us, I think it was like 6 or 8 bottles to choose from and said, and you can try anything you want of these. So I tried the dessert one, which was fantastic. And then, and then we all brought our own bottle of bourbon as well. And we're able to try that. So I brought Peerless. Brittany brought Knocking on Heaven's Door. And then Misty, which one did you have?
I cannot remember. We were so far into the tasting, I couldn't remember the bottle. Started with the C. Crossroads or Cross something.
You brought one of, I think that was at my house.
Yeah, which one was your favorite, Misty?
Heaven's Door was up there for sure. But oddly enough, I really enjoyed the Balcones smoky barbecue whiskey, which I don't think a lot of people tried, but it was super. Did you try it?
No, I didn't try that one. I was like, oh yeah, no. Barbecue, no thanks.
Yeah, like you first taste it and you're like, okay, it tastes like smoke. But then the finish is actually very savory. It was kind of weird. It felt like you had just eaten a steak and drank some whiskey. It was actually it was weird and cool at the same time. Yeah. That was my favorite.
Thank you guys so much for having us over. We do a bourbon club once every 2 months. We get together on a Friday or Saturday night. And everybody brings a bottle of bourbon and we try out new bourbons. So far, we haven't had any repeats. So that's been pretty cool. This is our 3rd tasting. Our next one's in December. So definitely look out for that. But
I think next time I'm going to go across the street to the corner store and see if they have any bourbon that's like $10 or less or something. We'll see. Just so that you don't have any repeats. Okay, let's go into celebrity gossip really quickly. All right, celebrity gossip. So we watched The Bachelorette last week. Our boy PJ was on there and he didn't say anything. But he came on the screen maybe about a good 10 times, so we're excited about that. But the bigger story, which I would consider also a walk-off, is this guy named Ryan, who's 30 years old, environmental consultant, shows up in an ice cream truck, which is like, dude, you're environmental.
I would have married him right then.
Well, you show up in an ice cream truck. It's supposed to be environmental friendly. Like, that was just weird and not on par with what he does. But sure, whatever. So this dude shows up. She's like, oh my God, thank you for coming up with this ice cream truck. And we're trying all these sweets because she has a sweet tooth. Well, how did he know that she has a sweet tooth? Because he had a whole binder of notes about her. And he said that his friend's wife wrote them and he's never watched the show. So that's why he had them on there. All BS. We all knew why he had those notes. This dude wanted to win. Instead of taking it as a compliment, like he wants to win, she was like, oh no, this dude is all about self. You can go.
Yeah.
Then she picks this dude to stay who ghosted her. So he's not about self, but the guy who wrote notes to know more about you is. You got your priorities messed up. That's what I thought. But whatever. Her decision, not mine. Ryan, if you have that ice cream truck, come to my house. I got $1 and I'd like some ice cream, please.
Come during the day.
I got $1. He better be slinging that ice cream for free after getting kicked off the first night of the Bachelorette, even before the rose ceremony. I mean, she walked him off.
He's probably somewhere giving all his ice cream out for free.
I think that, the part for her, in defense to her, it was played up dramatically about how to get more camera time and all of his notes on how to appeal to the audience, for example. It was about how to stay, but it wasn't necessarily about her. Like the facts about her were how to stay on the show, not, how I think Michelle's a smoking hottie and I want her to love me situation, right? It was all about his
you guys
15 seconds of fame.
On there is really full-heartedly thinking that.
But you can fall in love, right? You
Sure.
can slowly Maybe that could have happened for him. He could have said, yeah, I'm just trying to be on the show. And then he could have fell in love with her.
I think the only people who go into it, and maybe it's zero, right? But is when someone nominates them. So, if like Brittany was to nominate me to be the next Bachelorette,
I wouldn't watch any of those.
She would say,
oh my gosh.
I'm not shocked by that statement at all. But she would be like, I just want my friend Alayna to find love. And so maybe I'm not going on there to find love, but the people around me really want me to find love. And so they're putting me up for this lovely reality TV show. Anyway.
I think anybody who has like TV shows that they make, put Alayna on, we're going to find love for her. Her friends are going to gather all the great men and find love for Alayna.
Okay, so our series is now going to turn to the Bachelorette, Alayna Simon. And I think we should just ask anyone that wants to apply to give us a call.
Let me
tell you
what. Whiskey
No. Okay, wait, here we go. So don't slide into our DMs. If you want to get in touch with me for that Bachelorette de la Steinman, you better subscribe, like, and comment on our YouTube podcast.
You said what you said, and I like it. But if Alayna does not get anyone to like, subscribe, and comment, then she will have a player's anthem for her life. But that's not going to be today. But what's today's player's anthem?
Well, in the spirit of walk-offs and baseball and the Astros making it to the World Series, there are some names that I'm going to throw out, like Ken Griffey Jr., Joe DiMaggio, Ty Cobb, Chase McCormick. What do they all have in common? They're center fielders. And what do center fielders all have in common? The song by John Fogerty, Center Field, which happens to be my most favorite baseball song ever. I've loved it since I was a kid. I still love it now. If you don't know that song, John Fogerty, Center Field, you can look it up on Spotify. You can look it up on Apple Music. Google it. It's on YouTube. It doesn't matter what your platform of music that you listen to is, but our player's anthem is Salute Mr. John Fogerty.
How does the song go?
You always try. No, I'm not singing again today. Every single show.
I'm just saying now the boys you better show up with the boombox.
That's true.
Alayna's favorite song.
That's all the way in.
And you know what my favorite sports movie of all time is?
A Rudy?
No. That's a good guess, though. That's a good guess.
Notre Dame.
For the love of the game. And I don't cry in real life. I only cry when I watch movies. And every time he pitches the perfect game, I just start bawling. Like just tears. So if that tells you where my heart is to those future suitors.
Well, okay.
So a lot of
yeah.
Who's not going to have a future suitor?
Sports movies.
Who's not going to have a future suitor is a player hater. Who's the person that we hate, and so does everyone else, including their team.
Yeah. So that was the player's anthem.
Who's the hater?
Who's the hater?
Our player hater? Thank you. Thank you for moving along. So, I will tell you, my friend Xavier Hutchinson from Iowa State probably has a lot of hate in his heart from this past weekend. And I am starting to, Jaime, seriously? Okay. Sorry. I am starting to have a lot of hate in my heart for this same situation. So this player hater for this week is dedicated to the players and how much they hate these ridiculous taunting and excessive celebration and unsportsmanlike conduct rules.
So ridiculous.
It's not just NFL, happening in college football as well. Most of the hype has been with the NFL until this play happened this weekend with Iowa State. But, I mean, this isn't about, like, being in somebody's face, getting in an argument with the taunting. This is about a kid running for a freaking touchdown taking a few extra wide strides at the end and looking behind him and then getting his touchdown taken away from him. 15-yard penalty every single time you got the taunting, excessive celebration. I mean, the excessive celebration happens after the touchdown, right? And they have changed the rules. 2017 in the NFL, they changed the rules for that. So you've always been able to spike the ball, but now you can like spin the ball. You can, do the group thing, row the boat, celebrate. But some of the examples that we've seen, and especially in preseason and very early on in NFL, of what the refs are calling for the taunting is unbelievable to me. Sportsmanlike conduct. This is not calling someone a bad name. This is not starting a fight. And this is not, in my opinion, most of these cases have not been excessive.
No.
It has just been celebrating the moment. I mean, you sack a guy and you want to go like this, you should not have a 15-yard penalty for that. It's absolutely ridiculous. So sorry, I totally went off on a tangent there, but I feel passionately about this. All the players are hating on, again, not new penalties. These penalties have existed, but how the referees are calling the penalties this year.
Well, Xavier Hutchinson did go and score a touchdown.
He did right afterwards. Thank goodness. But can you imagine if that wouldn't have happened? I mean.
So this weekend is going to be very, very interesting for a lot of these games that are going to be coming on. And let's hope that they don't get the penalties or, that doesn't change the game, because that's unfortunate that it's probably going to change a lot of different games and the outcomes that are actually happening. Because we're out of time, just really quickly, things to do. The only thing that we're going to highlight for things to do is what's going on Friday, Alayna?
Live Strangers at the West End, 8 p.m. to 11. Great rock cover band. Please come out and see them if you're in the Houston area. It's over by the Galleria. I will buy you a drink if you come. So please come and support Live Strangers. And then I do have one more, Misty, real quick. Ava Martell, Player of the Week for volleyball at Sunset High School. This is my friend Lisa Martell's daughter, whom played soccer at Missouri State. She was a Division I soccer player while I played golf, and she's been a very dear friend to me for many years. So Lita, congratulations. Tell Ava congratulations.
Yay! Well, congratulations, and thank you for everyone for watching, especially while the Astros are on. We love y'all. And Alayna, what can they do if they love you?
If you extra love me, you can subscribe, like, and comment on YouTube to Sports Life Talk. You can tune in tomorrow night for the Sports Life Talk OGs at 8 p.m. Central. And please go and like Dresses and Salted Pretzels on Instagram. Jaime, Katina, Coach, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We really appreciate you, even though Jaime likes Joe Buck.
I like Joe Buck too. Jaime, we need to talk. Go Astros!
Go Astros!